This phone call was made on December 23rd of 2016 at 2:20 p.m.
Hey, Kevin? What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Hey, sweet pie. I don't know where Alex is. He's not with you, huh? Ask your mama. She knows where he is. Yeah, that's not appropriate, Carl.
Before we divorced, Alex was diagnosed with a very serious psychiatric disorder. He had a triple diagnosis. Alex had been diagnosed before that with a developmental delay. And when Alex was diagnosed with a developmental delay, Carl and his family decided to blame me. They said that it was my fault. They said that I had neglected Alex, which was not true. And Alex bit one of his teachers so severely that she was bleeding through her abdomen at the age of 5. And he had a pattern of behaviors of harming adults and children and animals. I did not know until I had witnessed it with my own child that children could have or be born with psychiatric disorders. And watching your child go through a devastating diagnosis like that is hell on earth. And it has forever changed me. I would watch Alex bang his head on the floor. I would watch him head dive to the floor. And his dad, Carl, was resistant to getting Alex help. And Carl told the attorneys and his family that I hospitalized Alex for no reason, but you really can't do that. Hospitalizing Alex broke me the first time. Kevin was an infant. And it devastated me. Alex sees a psychologist at school now. He's 14. He does not get any psychiatric treatment. His father, Carl Edward Anthony, refuses to provide psychiatric treatment for Alex. And when I saw Alex, it was obvious that Alex was completely out of touch with reality. And when Alex gets home, he gets to be on his computer and have access to the internet, and he is unmonitored. And our younger son, who is 8, soon to be 9, is unmonitored as well. During this time, around Christmas of 2016, Kevin the daycare had called. I had to go get Kevin. Alex was acting out, and his behavior was all over the place. I had bought camcorders. I have video footage of Alex and his behavior. I bought camcorders to document Alex's behavior because I couldn't get anybody to come along when I took Alex to the zoo to witness his behavior. I took Kevin to the doctor when I went and picked him up from daycare, and Alex was all over the exam room. He had climbed up in the windowsill. Alex climbed up on top of the exam table, and Dr. Halpin expressed concern, and Kevin was a toddler at the time, and Alex was so out of control it wasn't even safe to take Kevin out of the stroller at the time. Dr. Halpin told me that Alex needed to be evaluated by a psychiatric hospital and hospitalized. And I knew if I did not cooperate and do what Dr. Halpin was suggesting, because he was Kevin's pediatrician, and he was expressing safety concerns for Kevin, that he could call CPS on me because I have a toddler and I have an older son with a psychiatric disorder that needed psychiatric treatment. And that was a difficult situation I was in as a single mother without support from anyone. And I had to make the difficult decision to take Alex and have him evaluated. And I did that evening. I went to Kingwood Pines Hospital and I had Alex evaluated that night. And I had to move quickly because he was psychotic that night, and he had moved the desk in the intake room, and he almost hit Kevin. Kevin was a toddler, and I picked Kevin up and moved Kevin out of the way. As a parent, I had to think quickly. And handling Alex was like handling multiple children at once, but he was one child. And there was no time for emotions. There was no time to feel anything. And even now, as I tell the story, I feel numb. And I remember that night when I was checking him in with the nurse, thinking that I was actually envious of Alex, that I would have liked to have been. I would have rather been the one in his place. I would have rather been the one in the hospital. At least I would get a break, a week away from all of the drama and the abuse that I was going through from my mother, the abuse that I was having to endure from Carl and his mother, and the chaos it was causing. I just wanted a break from all of it. I wanted my kids, but I wanted a break from the abuse. It saddens me to tell this story. I don't enjoy telling this story. I don't enjoy going through these recordings. I tell this story in hopes that eventually it will bring justice to my children. I tell this story so that other people in the situation know that they are not alone. And I tell this story because I also know there are many parents out there with children who have very serious psychiatric disorders. And these parents feel that they have nowhere to turn. And dealing with when you have a child that has a psychiatric disorder, it puts a strain on a marriage, and it will divide parents. And one parent will be forced to make the tough decisions, and one parent will be angry because they can't handle it. And they will be angry at the other parent that is having to make the tough decisions. I also wanted people to have an opportunity to hear what abusive conversations sound like. Because you hear people talk about going through abuse, and you don't really hear what these conversations sound like behind closed doors. And today, because of technology and because of the internet and because of social media platforms, it is possible today to expose abusive conversations and what they sound like, because there are so many situations, abusive situations, where everything is made to look okay on the outside, and once you're behind closed doors, that is not what it's really like.